winds are rising very quickly. We're prepared for the worst, but hoping for the best.
It's now a superstorm. Cyclone Pam smashes into the Pacific, battering Vanuatu with rain and powerful winds.
And the monster weather system is heading our way, sparking warnings for East Coast residents to stock up.
We're getting a lot more groceries in, boarding up my house.
Death by the beach. A man's killed after police use pepper spray, tasers and police dogs to subdue him.
And Captain Fantastic puts his body on the line. But Black Cap cricket fans ask, why is Brendan McCullum taking such a risk against Bangladesh?
Kia ora, good evening. Super Cyclone Pam's right now slamming into the Pacific as the warnings go up a notch for us here.
As the storm hammers our small island neighbours, large populated areas here are being urged to prepare for destructive weather. It's yet to peak, but here's what it looks and sounds like in Vanuatu. Powerful winds from the storm, now Category 5, the highest level possible, capable of hitting speeds of more than 300 kilometres an hour. A closer look at how it's tracking towards New Zealand shortly, but first here's Pacific correspondent Barbara Drever.
Port Vila is getting a pounding, but the worst is yet to come. Category 5 Cyclone Pam is edging closer to the capital.
There's the wind coming and maybe up to 180 kilometres an hour. We're prepared for the worst, but hoping for the best.
But that's optimistic.
Tropical Cyclone Pam is now a Category 5 storm. That's about as strong as you can get. And at the moment we have winds of up to 220 kilometres an hour at the centre, and they could get even stronger.
Port Vila residents have been warned they can expect the most devastating impact tonight. The big island of Espirito Santo is also bracing for the worst, already getting a taste of what's to come.
The winds are getting stronger by the minute. Really everything's blowing around pretty seriously now, and it's really shaping up to be a long night for everyone in the country.
But there are serious fears for residents. Many of them live in basic housing.
The conditions are pretty fierce with 60 to 70 knot winds and building. The scariest thing about being here is the lack of infrastructure for the local Nivan people and the lack of evacuation plans.
This morning, residents rallied to cut down dangerous trees, preparing last-minute sandbags for homes and properties.
See, we're thinking about those people who don't have adequate shelter. Maybe their community doesn't have a really strong building to go to.
Heavy rain triggered flooding overnight in some parts of town. This hotel even using its full swimming pool to store deck chairs, which could turn into missiles.
What we're really worried about is that sort of wind can do extreme damage. It can rip roofs off, destroy houses, pull trees out, power lines down, and there's also the storm surge that can come in with storms like this.
And this is one storm that could do immense damage to not just property, but lives. Barbara Drever, One News.
Now, with how the big storm is tracking towards New Zealand, let's go to One News weather expert Karen Olsen. Karen.
Thanks, Simon. Hello there. Tropical Cyclone Pam is a severe Category 5 storm. It's as strong as they get. You can see the eye in it here. Central pressure 910 hectopascals. Winds at the centre currently in excess of 220 kilometres an hour. We are expecting it to move out of the tropics on Sunday morning. Then it will continue on a southeastwards track towards the North Island. Now, if it stays on the same track, we can expect to see it lying just east of East Cape on Monday and then passing close to the Chatham Islands on Monday night. We do have a watch in place for heavy rain and severe gales for all of these areas here from later Sunday into Monday. And I'll have that weekend forecast for your place later in the bulletin.